Alright, let's start with our chapter number 2, which is cells. The overview of this chapter, it includes explore cell structures of animal, plant and bacteria, understand the cell's function, analyze specialized cell structures and their relationship, and then we will do some magnification calculations. Okay, so it says cells from deep time, extremophiles and bacterial evolutions. Okay, so bacterial origins, they said evolved over 3.5 billion years ago, thrived in extreme condition like hot springs, survived virtually unchanged through geological time. Alright, the key insights here are that bacteria are single-celled organisms, simpler cellular structure they have as compared to animal and plant cells. They don't have nucleus, no nucleus present, highly adaptable and resilient. Okay, so keep this in mind in case if some kind of questions comes in MCQs. Or comparative complexity is here what challenging perspective. Complexity does not equal superiority. Okay, and bacteria have demonstrated remarkable survival capabilities. That's why since many thousands of years, billions of years ago, they are evolved and they are still there, existed long before complex multicellular organisms. Now let's talk about bacterial cell structure. So what are their unique characteristics? It has cell wall, which is made up of peptidoglycan, not cellulose. It provides structural support and it prevents cell membrane rupturing. Similarly, cellular components, they are partially permeable cell membrane, and then cytoplasm they have, ribosomes they have, DNA, circular DNA they have, and they have plasmids. Alright, now let's talk about prokaryote versus eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotes, no nucleus. Okay, single cellular DNA is prokaryote, no mitochondria, important point, or chloroplast. Okay, again prokaryotes appeared millions of years before nucleated cells. Okay, specialized cells, we have now cellular specialization. Multicellular organisms have diverse cell types. Cells modified for specific function. Structure relates directly to functional requirements. Types of specialized cells. Okay, let's talk about them. Specialized cells, cells type. Number first is ciliated cell. Location is respiratory tract, and then their primary function is move mucus. Number 2, neuron. Where their location? Nervous system. What are their primary function? Conduct electrical impulses. Then number 3, red blood cells. Sorry. Location is in blood and primary function oxygen transportation. Then number 4 is sperm cells. They found in testis and the primary function is male reproduction. Egg cells, ovaries is the location, and then they are part of female reproduction system. Number 6 is root hair cell. The location is plant roots. Primary function water mineral absorption. The number 6 we have palisade cell. They are located in plant leaves and they helps in photosynthesis. Alright. Now we have cellular organization hierarchy. Here we will study about tissues type. So animal tissues, um, stomach lining cells, enzyme production, muscles tissue, movement. Okay, that is their work. Then plant tissues, epidermis is the plant tissue, palisade tissue which helps in photosynthesis, that's also an plant tissue. Alright, next we have cell biology, fundamental cellular composition. Okay, we have here basic cell types. Okay, number one, animal cells. It contain what? Cytoplasm, cell membrane, ribosomes, mitochondria, nucleus with chromosomal DNA. Then we have plant cells. What we have here, it includes animal cell components plus cell wall, large vacuole, chloroplast. Then we have bacterial cells. Distinct characteristics are number one, cytoplasm, cell membrane, cell wall, ribosomes, circular DNA, and possible plasmids. Learn them and be very expert in these small details in order to get an A in IGCSE biology paper. You must have the memorization of all these cells, their location, their functions. Alright, cell membrane characteristics. Number one, what are the characteristics? Permeability. Permeability is actually cell membrane partially permeable, which means it controls substance entry and exit partially, not fully. It allows cells contents to move in and out partially. Cell wall, it is fully permeable. It allows all molecules and ions to pass through. Okay, next we have cellular organelle functions. Alright, here we have key organelles. Number one, ribosomes. The primary function of ribosome is to synthesize protein. Number two, mitochondria. Energy released by aerobic respiration. Number three, chloroplast. Primary function is photosynthesis. Okay, move on to the cell specialization. Alright, it has number one, cells can be specialized for specific function. Adaptation allows targeted performance in different biological systems. Okay, now advanced cellular insights. We can talk about DNA and genetic material here. Nucleus contain chromosomal DNA. Bacterial cell have circular DNA. Plasmids provide additional genetic information. Microscopy and observation. Let's talk about it. So cellular visualization. How can you see the cell? You can use light microscope for basic cellular structure, electron microscope for detailed cellular components, magnification techniques crucial for cellular study. Alright, practical application. You need to know cell type and you need to identify them. So for that, look for specific structure markers, understand unique characteristics, and recognize spatial cellular adaptations. Neuron is an example. It is a specialized cell for a neural signal transmission. And then it is critical in nervous system communication. So we know about the neurons, these 2 points. Cell structure and microscopy. Now further microscopy techniques include using light microscope. The definition is basic microscope using light to view cells. What are its capabilities? It includes limited magnification, can see basic cell structures. Okay, output, it produces photomicrographs. Limitations, cannot see very small cellular details, requires staining for better visibility. You need to stain in order to see it visibly. Next we have electron microscope. It is an advanced imaging technique. Key features are uses electron beam instead of light, can magnify up to 500,000 times, reveals intricate cellular structure. Advantages are provide much more detailed cellular images, can see structures invisible to light microscope, produce electron micrograph. Cell components. So let's talk about cell components now. Number one is cell membrane. What it composed of? It is a thin layer of protein and fat. What are the key characteristics of cell membrane? Partially permeable, controls substance entry and exit, separates cell contents from environment. Visibility difficult to see in plant cells. Then cell wall, which is only in plant cell. Material is primarily cellulose. Function, it provides structural support, it prevents cell bursting, it protects cells. Then permeability, fully permeable, unique to plant cells. Let's talk about cytoplasm now. Cytoplasm composition, clear jelly like structure, 70% water, contains dissolved protein. Let's talk about its function. Site of metabolic reaction, host various cellular processes. Okay. Next we have vacuole. What are the types? In plant cell, large permanent vacuoles. In animal cell, small vacuoles, also called as vesicles. Contents, solution of sugars and other substances. Function, helps maintain cell shape, stores cellular material. Next we have nucleus. What is the role of nucleus? Genetic information storage. Components, it consists of chromosomes, DNA. What are the characteristics? Chromosomes typically invisible, become visible during cell division. Genetic significance of this is determines protein production and carries inherited traits. Let's move on to chloroplast now. Exclusive to plant cells. Composition, it contains chlorophyll. Functions, it absorbs sunlight, facilitate photosynthesis, produce starch grains. Okay. Now you see here that we have a cell types comparison between plant cell and animal cell. Cell wall present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Chloroplast present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Vacuole size large in plant cell, small in animal cell. Starch production, yes, in plant cell. In animal there is no starch production. Okay, let's continue. Alright, now we have two important concepts that we take with us, which is unicellular organism, single cell organism, and multicellular organism, which is composed of multiple cells. Now we will continue with our next chapter. Hope to see you soon in our next class.